let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. The field's alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the in-between. A slam dunk thought.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Sully Squad with no Eagles. It sucks. It was tough week in Philadelphia sports. Number one, the playoffs went on without the Eagles. Number two, we only had one win. I think our teams were like 1-7 or something for the week or whatever.
The Flyers have completely fallen apart. Their season's over. They hit that wall.
Flyers, right when we were getting excited about the Flyers, they took a shit. Sixers lose 2 in a row at home against Cleveland. They look like shit. Getting their ass kicked the one night and then blowing the lead on Friday night. And then I think the worst part was the Phillies getting outmaneuvered by the New York Mets. I mean, all week long, people are saying, oh, it looks like the Phillies are going to get Bo Bichette. And we're like, oh, cool, they're going to get a right-handed bat. And then next thing you know, Friday, you get the surprise. Dodgers signed Kyle Tucker. And then next thing you know, the fucking Mets signed Bo Bichette. And the Phillies are left grabbing their Johnson. And the Phillies, then the Phillies bring back JT Realmuto on a 3-year deal, $15 million a year. I mean, I like JT Realmuto and all. I mean, classic Philly, but come on, dude. I mean, that doesn't move the needle for me. The fuck? They ain't going to win shit.
After getting beat, though, they had no choice.
Well, I mean,
it's like, what's the best they're going to give us now?
Bellinger. They're looking at Bellinger, but
that's a Hail Mary move. I mean, Bellinger's not really moving the needle like that either.
Duped by Dombrowski is what I'm calling it. I don't think we're going to get Bichette either. I
don't think anyone wants to play here.
That was a Bobby Bonilla game. Remember what Bobby Bonilla did and jacked the price up? Every one of these years he can opt out. He can opt out at the end of the season, Bichette.
Yeah, so
boom to the Red Sox.
So dark times here. A dark, depressing week in Philadelphia. But you know what? Though we're gonna get through it. Better days hopefully are ahead. NFL playoffs were pretty interesting, so we'll get into that. But I don't know. What do you guys want to start with? You know what? How about we start with the Phillies here, since you know what I mean. Since we kind of were talking about it, so Phillies lose out on Bichette. Now today I'm seeing rumors. Somebody's posted on the internet. One of the baseball writers is saying that the Phillies could be in on Framber Valdez, the pitcher. I believe it. I believe it when I see it. Well, he's actually really good.
Oh yeah, I'm in on him.
He's a locker room cancer.
He's what?
He's a locker room cancer.
You don't even speak English.
Yeah, you know what though, Sean? I don't give a fuck what he does as long as he get motherfuckers out, bro. Look,
whatever.
Yeah, but look at this though. Look at the last 4 years. We've had the vibes. I mean, Garrett Stubbs sitting there. The fucking what do you call it? The what was Bohm and Stott and all the daycare. I mean, in all these games, you got the daycare, and guess what? They don't win shit. So you know what? If we got to go out and pay a prick, I don't give a fuck. I ain't in the locker room.
He's a pitcher. Go out there and pitch. You got the bet. JT always calls great games. You know what I'm saying? So it should be smooth when he goes out there. Just throw your shit. Get paid.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do the Phillies like Jeff? I'll ask you. Do the Phillies have any chance right now? I mean, first off, is anybody going to beat the Dodgers?
That's what I was gonna say. Does anybody have a chance? Because baseball's fucking retarded. Money, it's all just about whoever could just pay the most money could just sign any player. That's dumb.
The Dodgers
Basically ruining it.
are ruining the game. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're ruining the game.
Yeah, but are the Dodgers ruining it, or baseball letting themselves get ruined? Because Dodgers are just doing what they're allowed to do.
Dodgers. I mean, they're signing everybody and their damn mother. I mean,
Put me on the Dodgers. I'm the guy who has all the money. If I can just pay everybody and still be super filthy rich and my team win a championship every year, I'm doing it.
But
Until someone tells me I can't do it.
But that's the problem, though. You how can I put it? Look at the other sports. I mean, obviously there's caps on all the other sports. Okay, and there's
you're just overloading on players. I get it.
It's monopoly. You can't monopolize. There's
the Yankees could do it, Jeff. The Dodgers,
Remember
and
the Yankees?
Like the small teams out of it. That want to try to get a player, but
the Twins and there's the teams like that. They're not. Why even go to a game? You're not going to get anybody there. They're not going to spend any money. They don't have the money. So all your lower teams are not going to get shit.
I mean, I just think everybody should have a certain amount they have to spend, and then everyone should have a certain amount they can't go over.
And that's it. Like football, the football salary cap is probably the best salary cap right now there is, and hockey's also along the lines. You can't go over it. You don't pay any extra tax.
Right.
Teams that have so much money, they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, and just base it off what the average
the
player
whole,
makes. The
whole AL Central, all the team salaries from the AL Central don't equal the amount of money that the Dodgers were spending this year.
Yeah,
come on, right there. And not being bitter that we don't have some of those players on the team because we spend a lot of money too. We're up there.
Tucker could have went to the Blue Jays, 10 years, $345, and he said, "No, I'm good. I'm going to go to the Dodgers."
It's just too. It's not right in a way.
Yeah, but like Diego said, though, I mean, it's a lot of it's Major League Baseball. Like I was reading something on X that said like when the Dodgers former owners had their divorce and they had to sell the team. Mm-hmm. Baseball set up some sort of a deal where the Dodgers keep the majority of their TV money or something like that. So they, not only do they have deeper pockets, but they have an unfair advantage because they keep, like I think they have like a $400 million TV deal or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it, and I think I was reading too what the Dodgers pay in luxury tax is actually more than like 12 teams payrolls. Mm-hmm. That's what they pay in the luxury tax.
Right.
Like that's, I don't know. I mean, it's
every time you go to $1, it's $2 at every one.
Right.
So if you give a guy $45 million, you got to pay $90 million for that player.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was,
but this guy has that kind of money where it doesn't. Imagine if money didn't exist, right? And you could just do whatever you wanted with it. You wouldn't sign all the best players. Like just think about like a PlayStation game. You try to get all the best players in your team and win them when you're little, Like that's the thought. So if you could do it in real life, I don't blame the Dodgers. I blame the MLB for letting it happen.
To me, money in general is ruining sports. In general, it just got out.
Yeah, but like you said, football's not ruined. Basketball still has like parity across the league.
Number two,
hockey, same thing.
Baseball and basketball, I see is the same thing when it comes to the money. And it comes to all this tampering bullshit, like with LeBron basically scouting his own team. I mean, it's bullshit.
Yeah, but look at the team that went to the finals last year, Indiana. They didn't. It's not like they were the biggest salary cap. Basketball's a team game to where like all 5 players got to play together. The coach has to coach the team right. Baseball, someone just throws you a ball and you hit it. So if you just sign the best people at doing that, you should win regardless of anything else.
My one thing that I say is like what Sean was saying, how the Yankees used to do it. And he's right. Steinbrenner used to buy everybody. But they didn't. They had their run of 4 or 5 World Series, but then they didn't do shit. Remember, he was firing Billy Martin every other year. Mm-hmm. Somebody else will come in, and Torrey comes in, and this guy comes in. And
they got the Yes Network. I mean, that helps them. I mean,
yeah, it's just it's ruining. It's ruining baseball.
Now, does baseball care when the owners pay them back so much money in this luxury tax stuff that their pockets stay lined too, and the sports just continues to roll the way it does? The TV deals are big, the everything. The money's there, so why change it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I would if I was to make changes. I don't know how. I was in for years my boys, we had CYO baseball, then we had regular baseball leagues. And the way we did it, and I know obviously it wouldn't happen this way in the majors, but you had tiers of players. Tier 1, your big name players. Tier 2, Tier 3. Every team has to have like 2-tier players. Tier A. Every team has to have at least 2.
Make it equal.
So this way you're kind of equal across the board, and you kind of redraft, and you can keep those players. But this way you don't have people that stay with a team forever. I can name players, and some of our favorite players, probably all of us had, because they stayed with the team even when they sucked out the ass. They still stayed forever.
I'm fine with players staying there for 12, 13 years if that's how you decide to use your money within the guidelines of the salary cap or whatever. You know what I mean? But there has to be a threshold that you can't pass.
To me, Bobby Bonilla and that whole Mets debacle is what's screwing things up in the beginning, because he's still getting his $1 million every year. Ohtani's going to be that way eventually. Half the Dodgers are going to be that way eventually. They're going to be paying we're going to all be dead, and they're still going to be paying their players that we watched.
Yeah. I mean, do the players even want to change, though? Because if you go to a salary cap, that minimizes the amount of money you can get.
You know what it comes down to?
It'll lower your contracts. I don't see the player. I think the players are fine with it the way it is.
Fans need to not go. If fans would band together and not go to these games and protest it, then something would happen. But we're too stupid to not do anything and go to the games and pay the prices. Obviously, we want to see them, but if we start boycotting them, they don't know what to do. Hey, I wish I had that overriding power to say, do not go. Don't go for 2 months to baseball. Just stay home and do nothing. Don't go. And let's see what the owners and the players and all that kind of shit do then.
That's how you would change everything, but that's not reality. So they have to do something.
And what? I was trying to think, but
it's also hard to put it in when these guys already have contracts signed with these teams for X amount of time and X amount of money. So, what do you just change everything and go, "Oh, you're grandfathered in," until them contracts run out, and you get under? It doesn't. They're in a tough spot to make it work.
They got out of control, and now you're right. I agree. I mean,
you need players, you need owners to be in on it. The fans not going to be able to change that. The league's going to have to, as a whole.
Agree.
Well, there's probably going to be a lockout in 2027. So, I mean, so this, and like you said, the players will never agree to a salary cap. So that's number one. You know what I mean? So that's why I think this is going to get ugly. I really do. Which is exactly why I wish the Phillies, I was really hoping the Phillies could get Bichette and make a run. But, let's just take it back to the Phillies for a minute here. I mean, we still didn't sign, I know you brought JT back, but you still need that right-handed bat. Could they maybe sign what's the guy's name? Suarez, the third baseman.
Eugenio Suarez.
I mean, he
only Miller.
He only hit 228 last year, but I think he hit 40 some home runs. I mean, maybe could you bring him in for a 2-year deal, and then maybe you could trade Bohm and at least then you're adding some pop to the lineup, and maybe you just bat Suarez cleanup, and at least he's some power behind Harper.
Yeah, and change up the outfield. Get Joey Duran. Trade Bohm to Boston, like I said earlier. Try to work something out, prospect Bohm. Get Joey Duran. Bring up Aiden Miller. I mean, just like you said, Joey, the outfield's horrendous.
Cass is still here. Nobody wants him.
And they said they're looking to trade him, but when? When the season begins?
They said there's been minimal to no interest. 2 teams have interest, but they said the Phillies would probably have to pay $20 to $30 million of his contract to trade him.
Well, Christ, he's only
Cincinnati don't want him.
No,
he's only owed $20 million. So I mean, if they got to pay 30, there's really
you got to pay up. You got to pay up.
Can you imagine? You're like Dave.
You're fuck.
You know what I don't understand about the Phillies?
Nick Castellanos' value -$8 million.
You know what I don't understand about the Phillies, though? It's they tanked the shit out of Bohm and Castellanos' value, and then they wonder why they can't fucking trade them.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what the problem is? I feel like they made that run, right? and then like it all looked good, and they looked confident, and then they were like, we can't get rid of Boom. He was too big during that run, and then they overvalued all their guys, and then the guys underperformed, and now they're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Eddie? How you doing? Eddie
What's up?
Prather says, "Hey guys, what's up,
What's up,
dog?"
man? Yeah, Phillies are a bad spot. I would, you know what? The Phillies' best bet right now might be go sign a guy like Framber Valdez, right? And
Yeah.
just have this crazy lights out starting lineup with Wheeler, Sanchez, him, maybe Painter fucking becomes who we all think we become. We have number one pitchers, and then
Yeah.
just try to win every game like 1-0.
I'm not sold on Painter yet. I want to see him in the major leagues.
I'm not sold on him.
How many pitchers have we had who were supposed to be so great and they don't do jack shit here, and we get rid of them after like 2 or 3 seasons, and then they do great? Like,
Well, we still got Luzardo then. Then Painter doesn't pan out. We got Luzardo. Then 4 guys.
he's here.
Then 4 guys lights out all year, and you just try to
Middle.
win games by like hoping Bryce Harper resurges and Turner resurge. You know what I'm saying?
I was reading some articles from different writers, and they all have an undertone that Bryce Harper is part of the problem in the locker room. That he's, does a ton of stuff for the Phillies and for the fans, and he's great. It's the whole thing. He does everything correctly, but in the locker room with some of the other things going on, he's not that good.
I just think this city loves putting everything on the star player.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, Bryce Harper. Right now with the Flyers, it's Mishkov. You know what I mean? Like the best player is always going to take the heat, and that's what comes with being the best player.
It's like being a coach. You head coach.
Yeah, it's like being the coach.
Shit, you're fine. Look at what's his face today. He's taking to the team. To me, Josh Allen fucked up every time.
Mm-hmm. You know how many games the Sixers, how many playoff games the Sixers didn't lose because Joel Embiid, but at the end of the day, it all reflects on him.
Sure.
Where like other players didn't make plays, Ben Simmons just not laying the ball up. That could change the complete trajectory of somebody else's career.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it's the weight you carry for being that good.
Well,
I think that Philadelphia, myself included, I think we're critical of all our teams because we've had success and we don't want to lose it.
Yeah, and they make a lot of fucking money.
But in general, though, I mean, just being able to say we won this. We were in the World Series. We won the World Series. We won the Super Bowl. We want to win everything, and we're used to success. And when we don't have it,
it gets bad. Yeah, people start talking.
We start talking big time, and we try to blame it on somebody to figure out what the hell it is we need to get back to where we were.
Well,
how good is this kid Crawford and Aiden Miller? Can they make an impact? Can they come up and play right away and really help a lineup?
Well, Miller's probably not going to come back. Miller's not going to come up right away. No. Because he's probably going to start. But Crawford's going to get his shot earlier in the year. But here's a thought, though, right? So now, like I said, I don't believe this Framber Valdez bullshit. But just to humor it, let's say they
might throw a Hail Mary thing. It's kind of like we got to make a move because we lost our fan base and they're not getting Bo.
Well, no, what I was going to say, though, is Luzardo is a free agent at the end of the year. Now, I would love to keep Luzardo, right? But just say the Phillies have already started talking to Luzardo about a long-term deal, and through the back channels, he's saying, no, I want to go to free agency. So here's a thought. Maybe you do sign Valdez, right? And then you could trade Luzardo. Luzardo has value. Maybe you could trade Luzardo in something and get a right-handed bat outfielder or something that we're not even thinking of.
Now you're losing too many pitchers because now you don't have Ranger anymore. If you lose Luzardo, Nola ain't nothing.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you don't think you could sign Luzardo long term,
right? You only have him for a year anyway,
and you're going to lose him, right? So basically, Framber Valdez replaces Luzardo. So you have a rotation of Valdez, Sanchez. That's a solid 1-2 right there, right? Wheeler, like Eddie Prather touched on, we don't know what Wheeler's going to be, but if Wheeler is Wheeler, that's a solid 3, right? And then you got Nola 4, and you got Painter 5.
We forgot about Nola.
That's what I'm saying. And then you still have, even though none of us like them, they're paying Taijuan Walker $16 million a year.
He's robbing them.
I agree, but Taijuan Walker if somebody goes down, he gets a spot in the rotation too. So you still, even if you trade Luzardo, you still got 6 guys in that rotation. You know what I mean? And maybe, and I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to see what the thinking could be if they made a move like that. Like it could be as simple as what Diego said. Oh, well, maybe, just make the rotation so fucking strong that when you do play the Dodgers is, like the Dodgers lineup is sick, but if they got to go against Sanchez, Valdez, Luzardo, and Wheeler in a fucking series, that's going to be tough to beat, no matter who the fuck you got.
My impression of my way of beating the Dodgers is injuries. Dodgers, they got injured a little bit last year. Remember, they were like in second place in the division for a while.
Glass now. Yeah,
So,
but let's be real. Our starting our pitching. What Ohtani was like 0-17 before he had a hit against the Phillies in the last game when it didn't matter.
Yeah,
we with Framer, we might win one of all those other games. Series is different.
Yeah, well, injuries do play.
We made them work. We were the only team that made them work like that.
I'm just worried that like our guys that we have, we run them like I don't know who said it. We're running our players dry, and now their value is not going to be much. So in another 2 years or so, when we want to move them, we can't because they're already 37, 36, whatever, and they're just drained of what they have.
Well, I think that's why I'm saying that's where we're at with it. Like we're stuck with so many players. Like we're stuck with Bryce, stuck with Turner. So if you can just have the best pitching staff, that might be the only thing to combat the Dodgers because you're not going to hit better than them. No one is. Right. So if they have the best hitting, then we got the best pitching, and we'll play it like that.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about baseball too. I mean, is tough as great a team as the Dodgers are, and as tough as they
on paper.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's not basketball. Like in basketball, like people were making the comparison of when Durant went to Golden State, but it's not the same because the Dodgers, as good as their lineup is, like to Diego's point, Ohtani had like 1 fucking hit against us. You know what I'm saying? Where in basketball, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, all those guys, they weren't going to have 4 off games in the NBA. But in baseball, if the Phillies went out there and got a kick-ass fucking rotation, like, and especially another lefty, like, all right, let's fast forward to a series versus the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Ohtani, and also Tucker all left-handed. Well, if you're throwing Sanchez and fucking Valdez, Framer Valdez, and then you know what I mean, and then now you got a healthy Alvarado, hopefully, unless he roids up again, coming out of the bullpen.
And Durant solid.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You're coming at these guys with some serious left-handed, and maybe that's how you view it, and then you try to piecemeal and you say, hey, you know what? We couldn't improve the lineup. This blows, but we're going to try to beat you with pitching, and then we're going to hope some of our guys get hot enough to carry it through these games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I honestly I don't think that would be the worst way to go about it. Sign Framer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for it.
You got nothing else.
I'm for it. I mean, I have a feeling. I got a feeling that it's bullshit, that the writers just throwing it out there, maybe the agents throwing it out there just to drum up interest. But I mean, hey man, it ain't my money. If it were me, I'd sign the fucking guy, dude. We couldn't hit him.
No.
The way I feel right now about what the Phillies, I mean, I'm gonna say Dombrowski or whatever has or hasn't done. If we just beat the Mets out, that's fine. That's my World Series because I hate the fucking Mets. I think I hate them more than Dallas now.
Yeah, but
the Mets don't bother me because they don't win.
Being honest, we've had rivalries with the Mets and Dallas all these years, and Dallas doesn't bother me as much as the Mets do.
Out of all the rivalries that I feel like are in the city, it was nice watching the Niners get smoked by Seattle was a more fulfilling win than like us beating the Giants every year at Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate the Niners.
Like, damn, we could have beat the 49ers.
And the 49ers are whining and complaining like little bitches. Have you read some of this?
Lenore and Trent Williams.
Eagles didn't want to smoke with Seattle either.
No.
Eagles beat San Fran. They just go get smoked by Seattle and Seattle.
I wanted the Eagles obviously to go to the bowl, but like I said, I'm happy I have a second team that I followed since the beginning, so it's not bandwagon. But yeah, Seattle, they're just all around.
Defense is crazy.
As long as Darno doesn't be Darno of idiocy years before, they can get by.
I didn't think Chicago would have a chance. I think the Rams do have a chance to beat Seattle.
Hey, I got to tell you,
they split.
I still am amazed at that Caleb Williams throw into the end zone to what's his face? Komet. It was unfreaking believable.
Caleb Williams is a superstar.
I'm thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? He's running back 40, 30,
the way
20.
he plays wide receiver, he's special, man.
Yeah, he's special. I'll tell you,
the catch.
Regardless how bad a game, he had a horrible game.
Mm-hmm.
But like he makes plays like Mahomes, you're just like, wow, that's special.
That was something special.
Well, look at the runs for the first down. Imagine if Jalen did that. You could see the determination. Like he's like, I got to get this. And the one, I think he got lit up.
Yeah.
But that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You see, he's pretty smart. Like throughout the season, he wasn't risking his body, but like he knew he needed them 11 yards, and he was like, "I'm gonna get popped," and he got cracked.
I think Ben Johnson brought it out too as the season progressed. Like, look, you got game, but open it up more. Whereas we didn't. But
I think Ben was a little.
He held Jalen back. I mean,
Ben held the Bears back a little bit too. I think Ben did an unbelievable job with the Bears.
Oh, he did. Look at the way with the O-line, dude. He had Tooney, who could play inside out, coming from a pedigree of, what was it, Chiefs and I believe the Patriots. I mean, it doesn't get no better than that.
He should have made that game 7-3, though, yesterday.
He played it safe. He did what the Eagles did and played it safe. Played not to lose and lost.
And DJ Moore not running that route.
No, he's taking. Oh my God.
He's got to say, yo, AJ, I'm you.
Yeah.
All
the articles about AJ wanting out of here. He said the whole year AJ was asking to be traded. He wanted out of here.
Yeah, but just like Joey brought up, that contract, man,
it's the problem.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, it's got to feel horrible to be a Denver Broncos fan right now, though.
I know.
I seen something like compared to Nick Foles, but it wasn't. Nick Foles got hurt in the middle of the season. He was able to gel with the team. They're just asking Stidham to have 2 incredible games, and they're not throwing a pass since 2023.
He was on the Patriots, and they cut him, and they signed Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I think I sent it to you, Joey, this morning. But it's crazy.
Well, New England
actually about getting Cam Newton to sign as another backup and have 2 backups.
Well, they got Ben DiNucci.
As I said, they were looking at Ben DiNucci.
Yeah,
Think
Ben
about
DiNucci, the savior.
Yeah, I mean it is a shame because I mean Denver, like the kid. But I mean, it's funny because I mean, Bo Nix, I was gonna say Bo Nix showed me something Saturday. He made some big plays. I mean, that pass.
How about that run?
Yeah, I mean, he had some big runs. He had that nice pass to Mims. I mean, but
Mims got killed. That one in the end zone.
Yes,
he hit that ground. I think he took all his wins out of his sails, dude. I thought he was dead.
I don't like the calls at the end of the game.
Yeah,
they were letting shit go all game. All game.
No, the PI, the pass interference. You're right.
Yeah,
it goes both ways. You're right.
Yeah.
They called 2 the other way, and it was like, dude, that was the same exact thing we just seen. Like on the other end, you didn't call it. It was bad officiating.
And that's why the fans keep saying scripted.
CJ Stroud shit the bet.
Yeah, he's really going down.
Quarterback rating of 28.2.
I was gonna.
It was his first year. He's been going down ever since.
I was gonna say, other than feeling like Buffalo kind of got jobbed because I thought Cooks caught that ball. I mean, I know it could go either way, but to me, the biggest takeaway from the weekend is that the Texans got to make a decision on CJ Stroud because if it's me, I'm not fucking paying him.
No, he's not.
Their defense is so good,
Joey.
It is.
You're right. Defense
years, Diego.
He does not get that contract extension. If I'm them, now let's go back when Stroud got hurt.
Yeah,
Mills balled. There you go.
Yeah,
you trade.
I was going to say I would make, if nothing else, I would make C.J. Stroud prove it next year. And I mean, and like you said, Sean, I might even consider going the Mills because with
You have to, dude.
that defense, like with how good that team's ready to win. I mean, they're literally ready
Willie Anderson yesterday, Joey. 3 sacks, I believe 2 forced fumbles, 1 deflection, 2 fumble recoveries. I mean, it says a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what though? I know he had a horrible performance. CJ Stroud had no Nico Collins, lost his best friend and one of his top targets for the season, tanked out. Schultz gets hurt early on in that game. I know he's got to play better, but he was throwing to like a bunch of top picks.
Yeah, but he was making bad decisions.
He was trying to do too much, but I feel like that can also play in your head. Like, I got to be the best player. Like, you're trying to beat Caleb Williams, but you don't have that talent and you don't have them players to do it with. Like, he was like by himself, it seemed like.
You know what's funny? So we all know that like Mark Sanchez is the butt of a lot of jokes, like butt fumble and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching that game yesterday, though, I actually had a greater appreciation for Mark Sanchez and like Trent Dilfer and like Brad Johnson, like dudes like that. And you know why? Because like when you watch the Texans defense and CJ Stroud's out there fucking up the game, like it actually takes a little bit of talent to not fuck a game up. You know what I mean? Like think about it. Like I remember like those Jets teams with the Sanchez, he made just he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't force shit. He played to the defense's strength. Same thing with Trent Dilfer with Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Texans, in all honesty, with watching that game yesterday, the Texans needed a performance like that. And they
needed Jalen Hurts. They just needed someone not to lose the game.
Right.
Just don't lose the game. Don't throw 5 interceptions. Like if maybe one, they probably still win. He threw like 4 or 5 picks. That's horrible.
He had 4 picks in the first half.
Like think about it. You put a guy like Jalen Hurts in that game, Texans win. Put a guy like Bo Nix on the Texans win. Guys who just aren't going to lose the game for their team and let their defense do their thing.
Yeah.
Even like like you said, right. Even like a Daniel Jones, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And you know what? You could tell. I feel like eventually them big defensive guys wear down as the game's going, and the momentum goes in the offense's direction. You could tell they were just let down so many times. Them last 2 New England drives, they ran it right down their throats.
Well, because
they were just like, we're done.
They were beat.
Yeah. They were beaten. You know
like I mean? We're done. We're
totally gassed.
It's kind of like Cleveland. Like, you watch a lot of, a lot of times this year, the Browns were in like so many games, right?
Yeah.
And the defense played their balls off.
Mm-hmm.
And then all game long, drive after drive, the offense isn't doing shit. And then finally at the end of the game, the defense is like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, how much more shit am I supposed to do? You know what I mean?
It happened to the Eagles against the Niners. They gave up that early touchdown. They played lockdown defense for three quarters. The offense kept blowing it. 4 quarters, they got dominated. San Fran took over the game, and that was a wrap.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about that, though, you know what's funny, though? Like, I know we touched on this last week, but the Eagles had like 10 more minutes of time of possession the first half last week. You know what I mean? Now, the second half, we had a lot of 3 and outs and all, but like I was saying, because of that, I am a little bit more disappointed in our defense. You know,
but they didn't help them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the ball 10 more minutes, but you were up 13-10 at halftime. When we picked the ball off twice at the 50.
Wait, hold up. All right. So. All right. So we looked back at the game. We looked back at the divisional playoffs. So let's look ahead here. We got the championship games coming up. We already know who Jeff's rooting for. Now, I'm not a Seattle guy, but I hate the fucking Rams, so I'll be rooting for Seattle myself.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for. I think Seattle's the best team left.
I do too, actually. But the only problem with Seattle, you worry, is Sam Darnold gonna fuck up.
I feel like it's starting to look like something we keep thinking, but they're just so good at every position.
The defense is going to help him. You're right.
That like he might not have to. Even if he does Sam Darnold, he might be all right.
He can dink and dunk, and he's got, I agree with Eddie right there. I think it's going to be New England and Seattle in the bowl.
I think he realizes it's go big or go home.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Dave Yarnold with a question, because I was actually thinking about asking this. He says, in the Bears on the Hail Mary touchdown, would you guys have gone for 2 for the win there or go for the tie in overtime? He says he would have gone for 2. Just wondering what you guys would have done. You know what?
Take the extra point.
I was going to say, in other circumstances, I would be with Dave. I would have been with Dave, but the fact I would have kicked the extra point for couple simple reasons. Number one, you're at home, right? You're at home. It's cold as balls.
Your defense is playing great.
Right. The other thing is, too, Chicago was having trouble with short yardage. Like the drive previous, they got stopped on like short yardage plays. So in a different circumstance, I would have agreed with Dave. Like if Chicago was getting like the 3rd and 2s and the 4th and 2s, I might have been like, you know what, we're the underdog. Let's win the fucking game. But
that's what Ben Johnson said. They were having problems close to the end zone, and they were being stood up. You don't want to take the chance. He said, "Let's try." Yeah,
the call was right because they took the extra point. It went to overtime. They had the ball with a chance to get a field goal and win the game, and Williams threw a pick. You know what I mean? So the call was the right call because you ended up in the exact situation that you were thinking could happen. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in that situation. You don't make it over. You don't even get a chance after that. And then you're going to have every fan from Chicago saying, "What a stupid thing to do." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean the thing is too, it's like DJ Moore's catching a lot of heat for the bad route and all that stuff, but like I question the decision. I mean, Chicago was only about 12 yards away from being in field goal range. I mean, to me, and they were moving the ball. Like to me, I'm all for being aggressive, but did you really need to take that shot? I mean, and that particular point, I'm trying to get like 5 yards here, 6 yards there, another first down. Next thing you know, you get it to like the 30, 32, 33 yard line, another first down. Then you're really then the Rams almost have to gamble to try to tackle you for a loss, and then maybe you break one.
Well, so I feel like that's the reason. That's a young coach, right, with a young quarterback. They're always looking for big plays. Yeah. It'd be like 3rd and 4, and he's looking for like a 20, like every time. He's looking for like a 25-yard completion. I think they had the ball like inside the 10-yard line. It was 3rd and 4. And like a couple of times they had it down there, and he's looking all the way downfield instead of just running a simple play, getting 4 yards and getting the fresh set of downs.
DeAndre was running pretty well yesterday.
Yeah,
don't learn. That's why Chicago is scary. Caleb Williams had the lowest completion percentage in the NFL. He's probably only going to get better. Ben Johnson's only going to get more experience. And I feel like once they learn little things like that, like I don't got to get 25 yards on 3rd and 4. I got to get 4.
Right. And and you would think they're going to improve their defense.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're Chicago's O-line. I mean, they had their left tackle was hurt, which hurt them. They had to slide Tui out to left tackle.
Tooney,
Tooney, and they had to start a young, like an inexperienced left guard. But I mean, the Bears O-line's pretty good. They're strong at tight end. DJ Moore had a tough game, but Bears have some young receivers. They got
Burden, Odunze,
You're gonna have some players now that are going to want to go to the Bears. Where before they would say, "I ain't gonna play for that laughing stock of a team."
Yeah. How about the former Eagle Josh Joby playing for the Seahawks?
He had a good year for them.
Yeah. Yes, he did. That's why I bring it up.
And Eric Rowe plays for New England.
Yeah, and then another thing, two guys. Since we're talking about former players, Christian Ellis,
Christian Ellis is
and
playing
Milton
great.
Williams, dude.
Williams,
Christian Ellis.
Yeah,
balled
Milton
out.
Williams playing good.
Yeah.
I
Well,
noticed him in that game.
He did what he did here.
Yeah.
But Christian Ellis, us letting him go and Vrabel just plucking him, and dude, he found a linebacker.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he balled out.
I mean, we've gotten players. I mean, we got players here at Stoutman or whatever like that. Takes him under his wing. Look at what's his face. He's probably going to come back.
Becton.
Becton, thank you. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Open arms. Absolutely.
Yep.
Fred Johnson, like we said last week,
Yep.
but it's first 3 draft picks. I'm drafting heavy on offensive overhaul. Really,
That's where they have
best
it.
out there. I'm hoping Kenyon Sadiq's out there, tight end.
There's some
Let else go
360
get that money.
There's a 360-pound 6'5" or something, and or something that they're saying would be the heir apparent to Lane Johnson. They said that he's got moves like him, and he's actually
What, from
quicker than
Alabama
Lane.
or Oklahoma?
I don't know. It's on the I think it's ESPN's draft where they had a mock draft of the first round, and they had him being the first one we take at 23.
Like I like the kid from Duke. I like 2 guys from Bama, A&M, and Oklahoma. I'll take anybody from the SEC or ACC.
I'm not doing
Duke
any
has
of
a
that.
good kid.
Speaking of
O-line.
college, who wins tonight?
I like to see Indiana.
I think Indiana does win.
Yeah.
I think Indiana spanks them.
I do
It's
too.
just so fundamentally, the way they're coached, the way from front to back, play-wise, dude, they're good. And a lot of them you're going to see get drafted. From the Mendoza.
They don't have one
wide
5-star
receivers,
recruit on the
linemen.
team.
What's that?
They don't have one 5-star recruit on the team.
That makes you want to vote.
And a
for
lot of them were transfer portals, Diego.
Yeah, they were saying something like, "Watch this coach." I don't even know much about them, but they were saying this coach is
Genetic.
insane. Wait till he starts getting 5-star recruits to actually come and play for him.
Well, he was on Saban's coaching staff, but he just has that niche to bring out the best. Obviously, we've seen it this year in the players, and that's what I like in a coach. You don't think you have it, but he finds a will to way to turn something on you, and it's lights out.
Who would you rather have for our OC, Dable or what's his face from
McDaniel?
Yeah, McDaniel from Miami.
I don't think we're going to get either. I was reading Dable is a real possibility to be the head coach at Buffalo now.
That's why I read
Really?
today.
What about and I heard McDaniel, did he go yesterday or today to Cleveland to interview? I mean,
yesterday.
Oh, wow. I'd like, if we're talking about offensive coordinators, Jim Bob Cooter or the guy Joe Brady, if he doesn't get the head coaching job for Buffalo, I said it to Joey this morning. I liked him when he was with LSU, and Buffalo Bills signed him. I think he would be good.
I was reading about this dude Slowick.
Yeah.
When the last time Stroud was good, they lost him. They suck since their passing game.
Yeah, him I like, but if you want to take a young guy with a college offensive mind, Charlie Weiss Jr. I mean, anything's better than Patul. Put it that way.
We don't have to worry about
we
that.
can go on and on, but hopefully, like Seth Joyner said, this offensive coordinator is like Fangio, calling the offense. And only thing he's asking Nick is, you want to go for first down? We're going on first. I mean, fourth, excuse me. But yeah.
So all right, so let's make predictions for next week. We got I think I know where you guys are going with this, but first game, New England at Denver. New England's favored by 4.5. Unfortunately, Denver doesn't have their quarterback. I think I already heard Jeff said New England. Diego, you think New England too?
I think New England, Seattle Super Bowl.
Does New England cover?
Yeah. Yeah, New England covers.
Yeah.
You think so too, Sean?
Yeah, New England. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going against the grain. As crazy as it sounds, because I know New England's playing good ball, but New England really, I don't know. I have a feeling
Defense wins games for me, baby.
I got a feeling that fucking Denver is going to cover. I think New England may win, but I think they cover the 4.5. I like Denver at home.
You know what Denver's got going for them? They got a great coach. Sean Payton's a great coach. So I think if he can figure out how to keep it close and not let Stidham lose him the game, Denver could be in it.
Well, the other thing is, Stidham hasn't played in a while, so obviously that's a major concern. But the one thing about, and even though Bo Nix was playing well, Sean, like you said, Sean Payton's a great coach, and he's found a way to kind of minimize the risk that his quarterback takes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I could see Payton coming up with a game plan where they run the ball, play action passes, where he has Stidham maybe throw the ball 20 to 23 times, and the defense carries and he just kind of says, hey, you know what? Just don't lose me the fucking game.
Definitely. Yeah, I could see something like that.
I could see it. And the other thing is too, you got to watch, like, I know it's the championship game, but like everybody and their mother is just assuming that New England's going to go there and spank them. I mean, number one, it's hard as fuck to win in Denver. I don't give a shit.
Yes, it is, because the altitude. Yep.
And New England is a young. Vrabel's done a great job, but New England is a young team. New England and Drake May's playing great, but New England doesn't have a ton of weapons. Although
I don't feel like Drake May played that great. Houston dominated them.
Well, not yesterday. I'm talking the season. Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
Yesterday, I don't think. I mean, the weather was so shitty. I don't think anybody would have played that.
No, everybody was downgraded for sure.
But I think that game's going to be a lot more dicey than people think. I think Denver could win that game. Then you got the other game. You got the Rams at Seattle. Seattle's favored by 2.5. Both teams split the two games. They couldn't have been any closer. I mean, the last game, the Rams blew a 16-point lead. The first game, Seattle turned the ball over like a gazillion times and only lost by like 1 point. You know what I'm saying? So, Jeff, I think I already know where you're going. You already know where you're going too. Sean, what do you think?
Seattle.
You think Seattle, huh? I hate to say it, and Jeff, I know you're going to be upset at this.
I'm not going to be upset. I like texting you saying I told you so.
I hate to say this, but throughout sports, and we've all been watching sports for many, many years, and I brought it up last week, when the Rams had to come back in Carolina, and then now this week, this week in Chicago, Caleb Williams throws the Hail Mary. A lot of times on championship runs, teams escape and then they look back at certain moments. And, I'll tell you a play last week when Stafford hit the tight end Parkinson. I thought we would remember that. Last night, I thought the biggest play in the football game, Stafford didn't play all that great, but my God, he threw a fucking dime to fucking Devontae Adams along the sidelines.
And he was in. He dragged those feet. Yeah.
And I feel like when you have a chance to kill a team like the Rams, who's probably the most talented team, the most overall talented team possibly NFC, and you didn't kill them, I feel like the Rams are going to find a way to steal this game. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Rams-Denver Super Bowl, and that would be great. I hope it's not that, because then I think the Rams might kick Denver's ass and we might have a shitty Super Bowl.
So it's Seattle.
Seattle can handle Puka. That's a huge, huge, huge thing. That was the thing in both games. If you look, Puka didn't do great against Seattle. That's one. And then the way that their defense is rushing, you just need to knock around Stafford a little bit, because he's got a hand problem and he doesn't like being knocked down.
Yeah, I hear you, Jeff. I'm not arguing.
Kyron Williams is more of a weapon that they got to watch out for,
and they don't give it to him as much.
Right.
But I hear you, Jeff, and you could be right. But the Rams had like 500 yards the last time they played. I mean, somebody, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, so that's the thing. I mean, there's not going to be any mysteries between these two teams. You know what I
That's
mean?
why I feel like if any team does beat them, it is the Rams. They're tough matches. Devontae Adams, Puka, Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford.
Yep.
I don't think the defense is good enough. That's where I think the Rams are lack at. That's where I think Seattle gets them.
I hope. Listen, I hope you're right, because I hate the Rams and I hate the city of LA when sports, because I'm sick and tired of the city of LA getting every fucking free agent between the Dodgers and and then the Rams,
Lakers,
and the fucking Lakers. Like, so I'm with you guys. Like,
even Golden State, California team.
Yeah. Which, if you think about it, from a player's point of view, I mean, I know obviously the weather, but the tax rate in California, like these guys, if you make like $40 million, I think you bring home like 18. Because
your endorsements can be a lot bigger though in that market.
You got to have a lot of endorsements then. That's a lot of money. You know what I mean?
LA's a big city with a lot of money.
Player said that he hasn't spent any of his contract money. He's played off of all of his endorsements. I forget who it was.
Gronkowski.
Was it Gronk?
Yeah, I think it was Gronk.
Gronkowski has spent all his endorsement money and all that stuff. Like, yeah.
But his salary's just sitting there, all that money.
Did you guys see this? Dave Yarnell says he heard Mike McCarthy's getting an interview with the Steelers, plus he's getting a second interview with the Titans. Thought it was interesting.
Nah, I
Matt
heard
Nagy's going to the Titans
I heard
now.
Shula is the head coach for what's the name? Steelers.
Mike Kaepernick Jr. He said the Eagles better sign Dable before the Bills sweep in. Yeah, but the only problem is though. Go ahead, Jeff.
Please, go ahead.
One's a head coaching job compared to an offensive coordinator job.
That's what I was just going to say. Dable was saying that he actually has more fun as an offensive coordinator than a head coach.
Yeah, but they don't get paid the same.
You want to call, not somebody holding you back. Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
you got free reins.
Like you were saying, Diego, they can get paid as much as they want because their salary cap doesn't work for the coach. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I got you, but I don't feel you're going to pay them head coach money, and you're not going to have the control of the team.
Don't know what the Eagles have up their sleeve or something, but that would just kind of shock me in a way. I'm thinking Dable wouldn't. He doesn't want to be a head coach, just like Tomlin is saying that he wants to take a year off and be in media and see where it goes from here. He doesn't want to be a head coach next year or this year or whatever.
I find that hard to believe, man. I mean, like if you're Dable, first off, you've already worked with Josh Allen, so you can go there. That's almost like saying you got a chance of banging Sydney Sweeney, but you're going to settle for the fat bitch at Out of Whack Jacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what? I'm all right. I could wind up with this actress I could wind up with this actress that's in all these
I'll
movies.
take the cross side of the buck too,
Did you ever see the movie Summer Catch?
Yes.
And remember the guy who stands up, I love fat women and they love me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's Brian Dable. He's like, Buffalo's like, hey, we want you to come here and work with Josh Allen to be the head coach. He's like, nah, I think I want to go to Philly and like try to work with Nick Sirianni and call his offense. It's like, what?
Never know.
I'd be shocked, dude. I mean,
the other thing that I read that was like the big talk is the Dolphins want Tanner McKee as their starter.
Really?
Yep.
Give us a pick for him.
They just got the defense coordinator as their head coach from the Packers, Miami.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If Miami's offering a second round pick,
I'm doing it.
I'm doing that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because
look, Tanner McKee's a nice backup quarterback, but I don't think he's all of that as a starting quarterback in this league. I don't think he's taking you to the Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to be a top 15 quarterback. So if you're going to give me a second round draft pick and you want to take the experiment with him as your starting quarterback, let's do it.
If you can better your team for the future, like if we were to trade him for the second round pick, I'm game. Do it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tanner McKee experience is gone.
Well, the other thing is too. I think we all kind of agree. This year coming up is all about getting the offense and Jalen Hurts right.
Yep.
Now if it sounds fucked up to say, because I mean the man just was Super Bowl MVP less than 12 months ago, but I think this is a huge year because he's up for a contract extension, right?
Yep.
So let's think about this. This year's about getting Hurts right. If you traded McKee for a second round pick, then you try to get Hurts right with the new OC. If the shit doesn't work out, they're probably looking in the draft for a quarterback anyway.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would believe that Tanner McKee would be the answer. So you might as well get the second round pick this year, and then that gives you the freedom. First off, that gives you the freedom to even maybe move up in the draft because the Eagles are picking at 23.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they want like a kick-ass like offensive lineman, they might have to move up 5-6 spots. Well, if you have all that ammunition, maybe you can move up to like 10 or 11 and you get like the second best tackle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
from Utah or Miami, you're right. Yeah.
Or maybe you move up. Maybe you move up and say you do move on from AJ Brown. Maybe you move up and you get a speed game-breaking receiver, like a guy that could really take the top off of defense. You know what I mean? And you do
that would be the kid from Ohio State. Would
you sign Pickens?
No,
I don't think we have the money.
No, not just of all his antics. He doesn't want to block.
Yeah, we just done with AJ Brown's attitude. Go ahead, bring someone other diva in.
Yeah, I'd rather bring in a rookie, like Joey said, and have him be on that rookie contract and mold him. See if it's, make him a winner, make him grow into the team. Like I can go on and on. There's guys from Ohio State, Washington, but yeah, it'll be nice to see come draft time.
See, I think like we've been saying, you got to reallocate the funds on this team, right? So Lane Johnson he could even retire.
I hope he retires. He has to.
All right, but say he comes back. Say he comes back for one more year, but regardless, in the next year or two, you're going to lose Lane Johnson's money. You might move on from AJ Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saquon signed for what, 2 more years?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. but Landon Dickerson, even though we love him, they can get out of his contract after this year, and I think Juergens too. If just say that. I mean, hey, look, I'll always love those guys for the injuries they fought through to win us a Super Bowl, but just say they can't get right. Sometimes with backs, you don't get right. So say Cam Juergens comes back and he sucks again next year. Well, they could get out of the Juergens contract. You could get out of the Dickerson's contract. So I guess what I'm saying is, the Eagles need to draft a ton of offense in the next couple years. Then you go with all the young players on offense as you're paying all the defensive guys. That's the direction of the football team.
Here's the thing, like you said, say all those guys, Landon Dickerson, Lane, you got the fallback, the backups that are considered starters. Kendall can go right into Juergens' center spot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Him.
Williams, but you're not giving him a chance. You don't know. He can ball out.
Maybe.
You don't know that. Williams, all these guys, you just don't get them just to get them. That's me. I mean,
hopefully Juergens, like you said, I'm
back injuries.
Listening to a lot of people saying that his back was not 100%.
Right.
And that was a big reason too why they didn't do the tush push as much as they did, because obviously his tutelage under Kelsey on how to do it, he couldn't get down there. And who took his place?
Said, I think it really takes 2 years to come back from a back surgery. We all know the game's a physical game.
Sure. Yep. So this will be, like you said, this is his year to prove if he's back or not. If not,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, here's hoping both guys come back. I mean, they those guys were both warriors in that Super Bowl run. Like, I don't want to lose them. No. You know what I mean? I'm just stating a fact. I
know what you're saying.
If they can't come back, I mean, it's sad to say, but there are options. That's why, like, the next couple years, you really want to load up on these picks. Draft a few linemen. Draft a speedy receiver. Get a tight end. Maybe even, Bigsby looked pretty good. You could probably go another year just going with Saquon and Bigsby, but in the next eventually you're going to need another young running back to work in there. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
just start drafting offense, and then all of a sudden the money out, because right now we're like one of the cheapest defenses in football, but we're the most expensive offense, and yet our defense is great and the offense was trash.
Yeah.
It's really not adding up.
I'm
You know what I
worried
mean?
about. I know what the hell's his name? The guy we have. I know it's Kobe Dean, but who's the other guy? Not Jaden.
Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, it was Jaden Phillips. I apologize. Whether they're going to just let Dean go and use Phillips, because it seems like it's swinging that way.
But everybody's forgetting Jihad Campbell.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Where was he?
Jihad.
The
That's the guy.
49ers game. The kid can go out in coverage, cover your tight end, cover Kittle, Tungden, or whatever. You know, and that was unseen. You know, Dean, I think, is gone.
Yeah,
he's good. He's a good linebacker, but he lacks height.
Yeah, it's a shame because I really like Dean, but
he came back. He hurt his name all the time. I mean, he was rushing up the middle and he was playing well until he got hurt again.
Yeah, it's a shame because I'd love to keep him, because a lot of the reporters say that he's a real leader and they're going to miss his leadership and all that stuff. But you got to pay too many guys. I mean, you got to pay a Joe.
Sure.
Like I don't want to lose a Jomo. Like a Joe,
No.
I feel like a Jomo
is very key. Joey, you hit it on the head.
Williams.
Yeah, I think
exactly.
Simmons also. They need to work out something with Simmons because he had one of his best years here. He seems to like it. Maybe he'll give a hometown discount. Who knows? Or he's one of those money grubbers. Don't know.
I hope Jalen Carter takes up the Jordan Davis exercise. You know, just ball out, man. Because I think if he gets healthy, like in shape, not healthy, he won't be winded. He'll just be that force that we've seen.
Yeah.
Him blocking field goals and just wrecking havoc up the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take it seriously. I think the time to grow up is now.
Davis had a hell of a season, and I give him all the credit what he did, losing the weight and playing the way he played. I think he did great, Davis.
Yeah. So, but anyway, all right, guys. Well, look, you know what? I guess we'll wrap this up. You know, we'll start talking more Sixers, Flyers.
Flyers are looking for a goalie, looking at St. Louis possibly, but they know Urson blows. And until, they need
their defense blows.
That's part of it because they don't have a goalie back there. But yeah, some of the defense have gotten hurt, and they're unfortunately the worst part is their power play.
So they're done. They were overplaying. They were overplaying. They were playing better than they actually are. I think Taka kind of holds the team back a little bit. I don't think he's the best, but
he's working the young guys. I like that he's playing the young guys. He's bringing them up and down to see which one has what. But when you're in a playoff run now, you got to stick with the guys that you have, earlier when you were on that run.
He doesn't know how to get Michkov open for shots. Like there's,
I liked Michkov, but I don't see him being all that right now. I just don't.
I think he has to be paired with the right guys. He has to be in the right system. Ovechkin was great, but they built the system around him.
Right.
They let him play freely. They let him be up at the top of the blue line looking for steals. Michkov kind of plays kind of like that, but they don't play him like that. No. They want him to be back on defense. He's not allowed to cheat a little bit. They don't have really that many playmakers to get the puck up the ice to him. So the Flyers got some work to do, but they definitely they hit that wall this year. They're not good enough to.
They're in the right direction. They could make the playoffs still, but I say next year is the year where they could really blow something open.
Yeah, but have you seen the standings?
Yeah.
First and last place are separated by 6 points or 8 points.
I know. Everybody's all
crazy.
I'm saying they could make the playoffs. It just depends on if they can get hot, get another goalie, because they have to have another goalie.
Flyers were in second place, going a 4-game losing streak. Now they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I know it's nuts. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we'll get more into them in the next week or two. Sixers, we'll get more into them. And, we'll see what happens with the Phillies. I guess go, for me, go
Sixers.
Yeah, go Sixers, and then go Seahawks, and go, I don't really give a shit about the Denver, New England one, but,
and go after yourself,
Yeah, and then, and I'd like to see Indiana win tonight, so go.
Yeah.
Fuck Miami. I'll never root for them.
Convicts, straight convicts, baby.
Notre Dame fan, dude. We know who likes Notre Dame, you know?
Yep.
All right,
Straight
guys.
convicts, baby.
We'll see you next week.
Hey Joe, how does it feel
Yeah.
to have to at your old place? How did you have to shovel snow, or did they do it for you?
No. Oh, what? Oh, well, no. Luckily, the condo they do it. I don't have to do it at the condo.
Right, but now at the house.
Oh yeah. I was out there shoveling. Yep.
Nice.
Good job.
I'm back to shoveling, baby.
There you go. A couple cars though, right? Not just yours.
No. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I was out there for a little while. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right,
My
guys.
son signs his lease and his wife on Wednesday.
Oh, congrats.
And his place, they do everything for him. But
Okay.
the people left him one of those huge snow blowers. So he's like, well, I got a snow blower. I said, yeah, but you got to do the cars, and it's cold as shit out there. He doesn't like doing that stuff. So I'm like, welcome to owning a home, buddy.
I don't mind. You know what? I don't mind, man. When I lived in Yardley, dude, every time it snowed, I'd be packing a lunch to go out there and shovel. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But
there's a neighbor 2 houses down from here where I'm at. He's down in Florida trying to get away from the snow. It fucking snowed down there.
Oh God, yeah. Amanda was telling me it snowed in Destin. It's crazy. Yeah. So, all right, guys.
All right, guys.
Have a great week, everybody. And I guess no bird. So go whoever you bet on.
That's
Peace,
it.
guys.
All right, see you guys.
Let's break the mold. Chasing the stories yet untold. Passion ignites like a blazing fire. Knowledge takes us higher, higher. Out of the box where the wild ones play. We see the game in a whole new way. Living loud, hearts in motion. Sports with soul, pure devotion. Alive with endless dreams. We're more than stats, we're the